Welcome back to Gold Derby. I'm Christopher Rosen. I'm joined by Joyce. Joyce, we're doing our Creative Arts Emmys picks, and in a twist, we're doing two because there's a night one and a night two. So this is night one.
Should we change for night two?
No, I'm going to keep the same shirt.
I don't do costume changes.
No,
I'm not Lady Gaga. So
no,
I don't do that.
Keeping the same shirt on. So there's no illusion that we're doing this on separate days, but we're doing two of these. So if you're watching this and you're like, well, I want to know what they're talking about for night two, then just go to the other video. But we're going to do night one, Joyce. Creative Arts Emmys, they take place Saturday, September 3rd and Sunday, September 4th. Labor Day weekend. So I'm sure the viewership will be very high. A lot of people pay.
Well, it's tape delayed. I don't think anyone really watches it, no offense.
No, I don't think so either.
A week later, but it is kind of possibly annoying for the nominees if they were planning a final like summer getaway Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, maybe like Jane Lynch, I think, right? She had to cut her vacation short early to come to this. Is that right?
Yeah, well, she also left Funny Girl earlier, even earlier than
because she needed her vacation.
Amended
right.
Date. So
we'll talk about all that, but that's going to be night two, I believe, Joyce, because the guest actors are night two. So night one
is more important because it's unscripted. This is the one everyone wants.
Yes. So for outstanding casting in a reality program, some of these, I'll just say right off the top, we do not have in the prediction center. Some of them we do. So we're just going to do all of them.
I don't even have like my picks open in that. So
I have my picks open in that, but I'll tell you what, I know for a fact we're not predicting casting for a reality program. The nominees were Lizzo's Watch Out for the Big Girls, Love on the Spectrum, Queer Eye, RuPaul, and Top Chef. And Joyce, you'll be shocked to know I have RuPaul's Drag Race.
One, I think the past 2 years. So
yes.
Sure, why not? Yeah.
Outstanding choreography for a variety or reality program. Annie Live, Dancing with the Stars, the Oscars, Savage and Fenty Show Volume 3, and Step into the Movies with Derek and Julianne Hough. I'm going Dancing with the Stars.
Dancing with the Stars deserves because they submitted the iconic I Got Five on It Us performance by Iman Shumpert and Diana Karagach, and this was like the turning point for them, and they went on to win the Mirrorball Trophy, as I'm sure you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I remember, I don't know because I don't watch Dancing with the Stars, but a long time ago when I was a much younger old person, I had to cover Dancing with the Stars for a site that I don't even think exists. And
I had to recap Dancing with the Stars for 8 seasons. That was 4 years from 2009 to 2013. And I was peeved because when the beat was moved to someone else, my last season was the last one with 2 nights, because you remember they used to do Monday and Tuesday result shows on Tuesdays, and then so my last season was the last one with 2 nights. So I was so jealous. I was like, I can't believe you get to just recap it for 1 night a week.
The year I had to cover it was when Bristol Palin was on it. What year was that?
That was a 9, 10. Yeah, she was with Mark Ballas. Yeah. No, I covered it extensively, so I still watch it from time to time. Now it's going to be on Disney Plus, as we know. But Derek Hough, a 3-time choreography winner, he won last year for his routines on Dancing with the Stars, but this time he's not nominated for Dancing with the Stars.
He's nominated for Step into the Movies.
Yes,
I think it was a Moulin Rouge routine for that one.
Mm-hmm. He was always their best choreographer. Now he's a judge. So this is our Dancing with the Stars detour.
For outstanding cinematography for a nonfiction program, Joyce, nominees were Andy Warhol Diaries, McCartney 321, 100 Foot Wave, Our Great National Parks, Stanley Tucci Searching for Italy, and We Feed People. I went with Great National Parks, but I'm not super convinced.
I did too. I watched all of that, and it was beautiful.
So I went with it's beautiful, and it's available on Netflix. So I think a lot of people probably saw it, and that's why I picked it. But I thought Stanley Tucci was a close runner-up because it's got a lot of nominations, and I think people really liked it. So I thought maybe that, but I went with National Parks. For cinematography for a reality program, the nominees were Amazing Race, Deadliest Catch, Life Below Zero, Lizzo's Watch Out for the Big Girls, RuPaul's Drag Race, and Survivor. And I went with Deadliest Catch.
Wow. I'm going with Life Below Zero because it's won like 4 in a row.
It has won, so that was my runner-up. But I'm just trying something different. Because a lot of these I just was like, I'm gonna pick last year's.
I mean, I want to pick my fave Tar,
Yes, I mean, I figure
So,
you might actually.
but I feel like they might just give it to like Below Zero again. So
I mean, a lot of these I think they will default to what they did last year. So, outstanding commercial, Joyce. I'll tell you what, I don't know a lot of these commercials, but I know one and I picked it, but I'll just read off the
same with
nominees.
me. I don't pay attention to commercials, but I know this one.
So I'll read off the nominees. Detectives is an iPhone commercial. Everyone But John Hamm for Apple TV. The Lost Class for Change the Ref. Skate Nation Ghana for Meta. Teenage Dream is Sandy Hook Promise. And Walter the Cat for Chevy Silverado. Congratulations to those nominees. I'm sure they're great. I'm sure Sterling Cooper really representing here, but I'm going with John Hamm for Everyone But John Hamm.
Yeah, that's the only one. I mean, honestly, I'm sure in all of these commercials, I just don't know what they're called.
But I definitely know the John Hamm one.
Yeah,
'cause
I
it's
definitely
very
know the
funny.
John Hamm one. And now he is, I guess he signed his life away to Apple because he's on morning show next season.
Yes.
So yeah.
He's on the morning show, and I feel like he's just gonna do him and Billy Crudup are gonna do like wacky bits together. I feel like that's the whole role.
That's what the money's for.
That's what the
UVA
money's
plus.
for. Him shouting, that's what the money's for at Billy Crudup.
Mhm.
Would love to see it. Outstanding lighting design, lighting direction for a variety series, excuse me. The nominees are America's Got Talent, American Song Contest, Dancing with the Stars, The Masked Singer, and The Voice. And I went Masked Singer.
Wow. I went with Dancing with the Stars.
Okay.
Because so like the past couple of years, I think, has been SNL, which is not here.
I was surprised that SNL wasn't here, honestly.
As we've discussed, it really flamed out this year.
Yeah, not in its peak era.
Yeah.
Outstanding lighting design for direction for a variety special. The nominees were Adele One Night Only, Annie Live, the Grammys, One Last Time, Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga, and the Tonys, Broadway's Back. I have no idea how well it will perform, but I picked Adele One Night Only because it's the biggest name to me of these.
I did Adele as well.
I don't really have anything to say why, but that was the thing. I don't know. I was just like Adele.
I mean, last year it was David Byrne's
Right.
Utopia.
Outstanding music composition for a documentary series or special, original, dramatic, underscore. The nominees were 14 Peaks, Lucy and Desi, Return to Space, They Call Me Magic, and The Tinder Swindler. And I went Call Me Magic, a show I've seen, music by Terrence Blanchard.
I did as well, and that's a good score. And I've also talked to him multiple times, not for this, but
great composer.
He's a great composer.
Love him. So great. I rewatched Inside Man, as you know, Joyce, recently.
Yes,
and it's a great score. Shocking that it wasn't nominated for an Oscar. Just a true crime. For outstanding music direction, if you like the Kennedy Center Honors, this category is for you. The nominees are the 43rd Kennedy Center Honors, the 44th Kennedy Center Honors, One Last Time, Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga, the Super Bowl halftime show, and SNL with Jake Gyllenhaal. I'm going Super Bowl halftime show mostly on nostalgia, Joyce.
I have that as well, just because it's been the best one in the longest time. There have been good ones recently, but this is like up there.
Truly an iconic Super Bowl halftime show.
Yeah.
Like all time, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem.
My fave.
What could go wrong?
A surprise, not really, but surprise appearance by 50. So
incredible.
Mary J, Snoop, yeah, just like the best. So and Kennedy Center Honors, double nominee here. So I don't know. How do you choose between 43rd and 44th?
I don't know. How could you? And we said SNL, and it's like not a peak time.
Yeah. So last year, Bo Burnham.
Right. Won. So that's why I was almost gonna lean to SNL, but then I was like, no.
Yeah, and then Gaga and Tony, sure. I don't know. I just feel like the Super Bowl one is more exciting.
I think so too. Let's see. Bad news is I lost my place, Joyce. Scintillating stuff. Outstanding picture editing for a nonfiction program is next. The nominees are The Beatles Get Back, George Carlin's American Dream, Lucy and Desi, Stanley Tucci's Searching for Italy, The Tinder Swindler, and We Need to Talk About Cosby. I actually am going to pick Stanley Tucci's Searching for Italy over The Beatles Get Back because I wonder if The Beatles Get Back will be penalized for being too long. A lot of times we see that with editing. People think when something is very, very long, and the Beatles Get Back was a long sit choice.
It is, but I also am just like, if they like it and it's put together well, it is long.
It is, and I have it winning elsewhere, but I was just like, for this particular thing, I think no one is sitting there going, you know, it was a really brisk watch.
But it's like
Beatles Get Back.
It's just nominated for one. I don't know which one. Oh, part 3.
Right.
So it's not like the whole thing.
Right.
It's just that one. So I still have it winning.
Okay. I went Stanley Tucci because I think people really enjoyed Stanley Tucci, Searching for Italy, based on
I love Stanley Tucci.
Picture editing for a structured reality or competition program. Lizzo's Watch Out for the Big Girls, Queer Eye, RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars, and Top Chef. I have RuPaul's Drag Race.
I went with Queer Eye, which has won here before, just because there are 2 RuPauls here.
Yeah.
So
sure. Good rationale. I went with RuPaul because RuPaul, I feel like, is
RuPaul OG, not All Stars.
Yeah. Picture editing for unstructured reality program. The nominees were Below Deck, Cheer, Deadliest Catch. Life Below Zero, and Love on the Spectrum. And here I went with Life Below Zero.
I did too. It won last year, and I think Cheer won the year before that. But I don't know if people still feel the same way about Cheer, but you know.
So it showed up in a few places, but obviously the second season, I think, was not as explosive as
also
the
there's
first.
a real world
Yeah, and obviously the controversy from season 1 kind of probably hurt season 2. But I mean, from what I've read, season 2 handled it pretty well. It's not like they ignored it or anything.
Yeah, and this is like, it's still like an editing award, so it's not like for the actual show or whatever.
Right.
But I don't know. I just went with Life Below Zero.
Life Below Zero won last year, so I'm sure. Outstanding picture editing for a variety program. Nominees were a Black Lady sketch show, Conan, The Daily Show, Harry Potter 20th Anniversary, and Last Week Tonight. And my winner is Last Week Tonight.
Same. Black Lady sketch show won last year, but I don't know if it can do it again. And I almost wanted to pick Conan.
Let me ask you this. We'll get to it when we get to the varieties program. Or can Black Lady sketch show beat SNL? I guess let's put a button on that and go back to that, because I could see it happening. If there's a year for SNL to not win, this would be the year in that category. But I have Last Week Tonight winning here. For production design for a variety special, the nominees are the Grammys, live in front of a studio audience, the Oscars, the Super Bowl halftime show, and Savage Fenty Show Volume 3. And I got to say, I'm going with the Super Bowl halftime show over live in front of a studio audience.
Well, I don't believe live in front of a studio audience has ever won this. So that's not like a wild pick here.
It feels like it for production design, because they did such a great job recreating the set, that it would actually do well here. But,
yeah, so like live in front of the studio audience has not won. So it lost to Rent the first time.
Right.
And it lost to the Oscars the second time. So the Oscars have won the past 2 years in a row. And honestly, I can't even tell you what the Oscar set looks like this year.
It looked like enough for room for somebody to walk up on stage and slap the host in the face.
Oh, okay. So do you think it could win for that?
Is it up for that? Well, maybe for the production design, sure. That's pretty ingenious production design. And have like a runway up from the crowd.
Yeah.
So
I now remember this.
Somebody in the face.
There were couches, like recliners, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I went Super Bowl halftime show because that was awesome. It was so cool the way they did it.
Yeah, no notes. So yeah.
Outstanding production design for reality, variety, or competition series. The nominees are a Black Lady sketch show, The Late Show, Queer Eye, RuPaul's Drag Race, and SNL, and I put RuPaul's Drag Race again.
I'm going SNL, which it's won multiple times, obviously. And I just think it just has the scope to win, obviously, because so many quick changes and different sets.
RuPaul this last season, I felt like had like a lot of really fun things that fans enjoyed, and a lot of like great sets and stuff. So that was part of my thinking. Outstanding sound editing for nonfiction or reality program, single or multi-camera. The Beatles Get Back, George Carlin's American Dream, Lucy and Desi, McCartney 321, and the Tinder Swindler. And I have the Beatles Get Back. Sound, music.
Same.
Sound mixing for a nonfiction reality program, single or multi-camera. The Beatles Get Back, George Carlin's American Dream, Lizzo's Watch Out for the Big Girls, McCartney 321, RuPaul's Drag Race, Stanley Tucci Searching for Italy, and I have the Beatles Get Back again.
Yes.
Sound mixing for a variety special or series. Adele One Night Only, Grammys, Late Show with Colbert, Super Bowl halftime show, an SNL John Mulaney episode. And I'm going Super Bowl halftime show. I'm just going down with it. Let's go.
I'm going with Adele here.
Okay.
So just because it is pre-taped.
Yeah. I
So-
mean, I have Adele as my runner-up, but I'm just like so impressed with Super Bowl halftime show. I think people are really going to just go down with that one. Hopefully. I have three wins here so far. Technical direction, camera work, video control for a series. American Idol, The Daily Show, Dancing with the Stars, Last Week Tonight, The Masked Singer, and The Voice. And I'm going to pick Last Week Tonight.
Same.
I think it won last year here, right?
It's won billions of times. So
So,
the technical direction categories are the most important, obviously. Yeah.
Technical direction, camera work, video control for a special, Country Music Awards, Adele One Night Only, Grammys, VMAs, Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga One Last Time. Here I have Adele for One Night Only.
I have Adele as well.
Outstanding directing for a nonfiction or documentary program. The Andy Warhol Diaries, Beatles Get Back, George Carlin's American Dream, Lucy and Desi, Stanley Tucci Searching for Italy. And we need to talk about Cosby. And I have the Beatles Get Back.
Same. Yeah, congratulations to Peter Jackson.
If I was doing a runner-up, I would pick Lucy and Desi for Amy Poehler.
Yeah, I really like that. It was long too, but I like the way she put it together.
Yeah, I hope we do. I hope we see more filmmaking from Amy Poehler. Would be fun. Outstanding directing for a reality program: Cheer, Lizzo's Watch Out for the Big Girls, Queer Eye, RuPaul's Drag Race, and Top Chef. And I have RuPaul's Drag Race.
Same. It won last year.
Directing for a variety series: Black Lady Sketch Show, Last Week Tonight, Late Night, The Late Show, and that's it. And I have Last Week Tonight.
I have SNL.
Oh, I missed SNL. So then I would have had SNL.
It's Don Roy King.
Because I didn't have it on the list here.
Don Roy King.
Rewind. SNL win here. Yes. Okay.
He has I think he shares his nomination this year. Yeah.
He does. He does. And I think has he retired? Is he done now?
Yes.
So that'll be a nice one. Outstanding writing for a non-fiction program. The Andy Warhol Diaries, How To with John Wilson, Lucy and Desi, The Problem with Jon Stewart, and The Tinder Swindler. And I'm going out on a slight limb here, Joyce, and I'm taking The Tinder Swindler.
I truly had no idea what to do here. I thought about John Wilson, but then I was like, last year, the Social Dilemma one.
So Social Dilemma last year, and Netflix, again, Tinder Swindler was very popular, I feel like.
Yeah, so I'll just do Tinder Swindler.
Wow, nice. Outstanding writing for a variety series: Black Lady Sketch Show, The Daily Show, Last Week Tonight, The Late Show, and SNL, and I have Last Week Tonight.
Yes.
When was the last time Last Week Tonight did not win here? I guess when it didn't exist, probably.
Whenever the last time Jon Stewart was around. So
Long
last
time.
year of The Daily Show. So
incredible.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
Like 7 years? I don't know. Yeah.
Outstanding character voiceover performance. The nominees are F. Murray Abraham for Moon Knight. Talk to him, Joyce. Very nice man. Julie Andrews for Bridgerton. Chadwick Boseman for What If. Maya Rudolph for Big Mouth. Stanley Tucci for Central Park. Jessica Walter for Archer. And Jeffrey Wright for What If. And I'm going to stick with Maya Rudolph for Big Mouth.
Yeah, the three-peat.
Yes.
So a lot of last year's nominees are also here again, because Julie was nominated last year. Also Stanley and Jessica, RIP.
So the Marvel editions are new.
Yeah, Chad, RIP, and Jeffrey Wright. So I don't think there's 2 posthumous nominees here.
Correct.
And like Jessica Damon won last year, so.
That was my thinking, was none of those people beat Maya last year, so they're not really going to win it again this year. And then of the 3, the Marvel folks, I'm not sure any of them could beat Maya.
Yeah.
So then I went back on Maya. Outstanding host for a reality or competition program: Queer Eye hosts Nicole Byer for Nailed It, the Shark Tank hosts Padma Lakshmi for Top Chef, Amy Poehler and Nick Offerman for Making It, and RuPaul for RuPaul's Drag Race, and I have RuPaul.
Yeah, number 7.
RuPaul, I think, is pretty far ahead in our odds as well. Most people.
When will Ru lose?
I don't know. I can't even imagine. Who would beat Ru?
Like
From
that's
this list, like who would win? Nicole Byer always has. Like,
I don't know. Well, it's also funny how like Patma went solo again.
Right. I mean, the only people I think who could beat Ru here are Queer Eye guys or Nicole Byer. But I don't think either of them are going to win.
I think that people, I don't know about a lot, but I think people felt like Nicole has been a probable upset pick because she's been nominated the last 2 years, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think any, like, I think if someone were to beat Ru, it would have to be like a new show.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, but this is like, I mean, this category started with a Jeff Probst 4-peat and then they dropped him completely.
Right. So
never
eventually,
went back to him.
So I wonder if eventually they'll just not nominate Ru.
I mean, maybe it'll definitely make things more interesting. So, because until Ru started winning in 2016, we had different winners. Like you had Tom Bergeron, like Heidi Klum and Tim Gunn won. Jane Lynch won twice. So, and yeah, it's just been Ru since. So,
right. A reminder, Joyce, we're doing the first night of the Creative Arts Emmys. So if you're watching this and are like, what are they doing? We're doing night 1 predictions for the Creative Arts Emmys. Night 2 will come later in another video. Outstanding Host and Nonfiction Series are special. The nominees are My Next Guest, Needs No Introduction with David Letterman, The Problem with Jon Stewart, Stanley Tucci Searching for Italy, Vice, and The World According to Jeff Goldblum. And I have Stanley Tucci Searching for Italy winning.
Yeah, 2 for 2.
Yeah. The other shows all feel like they have not going to win. I Problem with Jon Stewart did not really take off. Letterman, My Next Guest, not as buzzy this second time around. Had a Will Smith interview that happened before Will Smith slapped Chris Rock in the face. Didn't address that, obviously. World According to Jeff Goldblum, sure, and Vice, whatever. I don't know. So I've Stanley Tucci Searching for
Well, Jeff and Vice have been nominated before.
Right.
They were nominated last year and Stanley won. I think if anything were to beat Stanley, it would be Dave.
Yeah, but I just don't think the Dave series has enough juice.
No, it would be because like he's David Letterman.
Right. Outstanding Narrator, we've talked about this one before. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for Black Patriots, David Attenborough for The Mating Game, W. Kamau Bell for We Need to Talk About Cosby, Lupita Nyong'o for Serengeti 2, and Barack Obama for Our Great National Parks. And I have David Attenborough for The Mating Game.
Same.
As we said, he lost last year, but he was 2 nominees. So he
was a double nominee last year, and he lost to Sterling K. Brown.
Right. So maybe he split his own vote last year. The thinking is now he won't. Barack Obama is a popular pick in our odds. Of course, he's the former president. People know who he is. But I don't know. I'm not willing to pull the trigger on Barack there. For outstanding character voice-over performance, we did that one already.
We did that one.
Hang on. Oh no. All right, hang on. Outstanding animated program. How about that one?
Animated program, which we've talked about before.
The nominees are Arcane, Bob's Burgers, Rick and Morty, The Simpsons, and What If? And I have Arcane winning.
Same. Yeah.
People really like Arcane, Joyce. We've been told to talk about it more. Yeah, we've been told to talk about it more. How about Arcane?
It's a really well-made show. I'm just not into it, so yeah. No issue with it winning, though. It'll be a deserved win. So
right. Outstanding documentary or nonfiction series I have next year. The nominees are The Andy Warhol Diaries, The Beatles Get Back, Genius, the Kanye Trilogy, 100-Foot Wave, and We Need to Talk About Cosby. And I have The Beatles Get Back here.
Yes.
Very popular show.
Oh.
The Beatles are popular, Joyce. I don't know if you know this.
So then you'll have Paul and Ringo and Yoko winning Emmys.
Right.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Outstanding documentary or nonfiction special. The nominees were Controlling Britney Spears, George Carlin's American Dream, Lucy and Desi, The Tinder Swindler, and We Feed People. And Joyce, I have to say, I have The Tinder Swindler winning. It's last in our odds, but first in my picks. Again, like you said, it's social.
What is for? Well, Social Dilemma didn't win last year.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, idea being Netflix is going to help it out. That was my thought. Let me see what's in our odds. Hang on.
I think I just went with Lucy and Desi because I don't know.
I think Lucy and Desi is the top pick. Let's see.
I don't think like Britney will win. Like Britney didn't win last year, and I think a lot of people were predicting Britney. The first Britney won last year, framing Britney Spears.
So the top picks on our odds are Lucy and Desi, George Carlin's American Dream, Controlling Britney Spears, We Feed People, and then Tinder Swindler.
Yeah, I mean, I could see Carlin winning too.
Carlin was a very popular pick, obviously.
Yeah.
Nominees. And then, yeah, I don't know. Tinder Swindler. I just felt like it just reminds me of like a Netflix documentary thing that wins because people have seen it. And I'm like, I'm not sure if people have seen these other shows as much or movies or whatever they are, especially.
Well, I mean, Social Dilemma lost to Boys State last year, which was also, an Oscar hopeful. Remember when they were allowed to double dip? And so was like, I would definitely say more people saw Social Dilemma than Boys State on Apple.
That's true. But none of these other specials feel like Boys State to me, I guess would be my take.
I mean, I would say like We Feed People, which was also great. So I mean, like that's on, it's a Nat Geo thing. It's on Disney Plus.
Right.
So
outstanding exceptional merit in documentary filmmaking. Changing the Game, Frederick Douglass, and Who Claude Shot. And I have Frederick Douglass in 5 speeches winning.
Same. So I don't know.
Congrats
to Emily with Gates Jr. So
yeah. Outstanding short form animated program, The Boys Diabolical, Love, Death, and Robots, A Robot Chicken, Star Wars Visions, and When Billy Met Lisa. And I've loved Death and Robots.
Same.
And outstanding.
I feel like we have the same thing in a lot of these.
Yeah. An outstanding short form comedy, drama, or variety series. Carpool Karaoke, the series. I Think You Should Leave. Late Night Corrections, The Randy Rainbow Show, and Stephen Colbert Tuning Out the News. As much as I wanted to do I Think You Should Leave, because it also has an acting nomination for Tim Robinson, I have Carpool Karaoke winning a second time.
Yes, it'll be like Corden's like 87th Emmy.
Yeah.
Or Carpool Karaoke. So yeah.
Outstanding short form nonfiction or reality series. Between the Scenes, The Daily Show, Full Frontal, Once Upon a Time in Late Night, RuPaul's Drag Race, What You Packin', SNL Presents Stories from the Show, and Top Chef Last Chance Kitchen. And I don't think it's going to win, but I'm going to pick Top Chef Last Chance Kitchen because I think it's my favorite of these like short form shows.
Yeah. And I like back when they first started that, I was like, really, like I don't really like care to see someone like, once you're eliminated, I feel like you should just go away. But whatever, but it's still it's fun to see some of them have a second chance. So this, I didn't really know what to do here, because I like Sam B has never won, Top Chef has never won, and also none of the RuPaul ones have ever won, and neither has a Between the Scenes, but SNL has one for another one called Creating SNL. So I just went with that.
Nice. I mean, like we said, I could see it happening. I'm mostly picking Top Chef Last Chance Kitchen just because I like it. Sometimes you just pick what you like, Joyce.
Yeah.
Outstanding structured reality program. Antiques Roadshow, Fixer Upper, Welcome Home, Love is Blind, Queer Eye, and Shark Tank. And I have Queer Eye.
Yes. This will be its 5th win. Yeah.
Variety Special Live, Joyce. The nominees were the Grammys, live in front of a studio audience, the Oscars. Did we do this one already or no? No. Super Bowl halftime show and Tony Awards Broadway's back. So not the actual Tony Awards. It's like the pre-Tony Awards. Regardless, I have Super Bowl halftime show winning.
I don't know what to do here because I want to predict the Super Bowl and I think it deserves to win. And I also want Eminem to win an Emmy. So he'll just be a Tony away from an EGOT. An Emmy for M.
Let's do it. What's holding you back?
So, well, live in front of a studio audience, which has obviously won the previous 2 times.
Yes.
And also the Super Bowl has never won this award before. It's been nominated before. But I don't even think it's not nominated. I think it only has like 6 nominations for the halftime show. Let me see. Yeah,
so another reason why I went with it, besides the fact that I like it, is that it was in LA, and I felt like that might just give it a little level up compared to previous years.
Yeah. So the Prince one lost to the Tonys. This Super Bowl 50. Who was that? I don't even know who was 50. Oh, that was a Coldplay and Beyonce and Bruno Mars.
Mm-hmm.
That lost to Grease Live.
Sure.
And then that Gaga one lost to the Tonys. J-Lo and Shakira lost to Live in Front of a Studio Audience. Last year, The Weeknd, which was Not Great Bob, lost to Colbert's election special.
Right.
So, I mean, I really want to predict the Super Bowl just because like I want it to win.
Come on my island, Joyce. It's great. Eminem is over here. Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, they're in the back.
I want him to win an Emmy. That's like, but I think like the safe pick is Live in Front of a Studio Audience. Like they could just check that off again. Sure. But I do think like this year's halftime show was not just better, but I think there was just a lot more excitement for it, and the reception was even greater than like I love J-Lo and Shakira's too, you know, like Gaga's was great too, but I think this was kind of like next level because it was also nostalgic for people like us.
Yeah. Other thing for me was, like you said, like there was a large amount of anticipation for it, and then it was surpassed the anticipation. Mm-hmm. It was not a letdown. It was like, hell yes.
I don't know. Should I just do it? I don't know.
Well, you can do it. I mean, we don't have to do it right now, but I'm just saying I did it. I don't think it's gonna win.
Like I'm trying not to let like my want for it to win like cloud my judgment of it winning. Because then like if it like doesn't win, it'll just, I mean, I guess I won't be like upset. Like I can take the L on it. I don't know.
We have 2 more for night 1, Joyce, and then we're gonna come back, do night 2. Outstanding Variety Special Pre-Record. The nominees are Adele, One Night Only, Dave Chappelle, The Closer. Haven't heard a lot about that one, Joyce. Harry Potter 20th Anniversary Reunion Special, Norm Macdonald, Nothing Special, and One Last Time, Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga. I actually am torn on this one. I don't think they're super sentimental. I think Adele One Night Only should win, but I'm going to pick Norm Macdonald, Nothing Special.
Because you
I
want
think
them
they
to
will.
win?
Well, I think they will be sentimental.
Yeah, like I agree. Like they're not usually sentimental, so I don't. And also, like you also have the Tony sentimental factor here too.
Right, I have that in 3rd. I have Adele in 2nd.
So I think I currently have Adele. So I don't know. I have like thought about going to Norm too. Yeah. I don't, so last year, as we know, Hamilton won.
Right.
And I went over Bo Burnham, which was you know, like the film Twitter pick basically.
Right. So then that would be like Adele would win, and then Norm would finish 2nd in that world. I think if we're doing like a comp.
Yeah. I mean, I can definitely see, I mean, like, you know, like they did give like Anthony Bourdain a bunch of stuff after, like he won after he died too.
The thing is, Norm Macdonald is not as widely beloved as a figure as Anthony Bourdain, probably. I'm not saying that's like, I love Norm Macdonald. I think he's got a very devoted core fan of people, but I think Anthony Bourdain like expanded out beyond that. Like Anthony Bourdain's like a 4-quadrant hit, and Norm Macdonald I think has like maybe 2 quadrants, you know.
Yeah, but I don't know. I guess like because like Norm never disclosed that he was sick, that obviously his death was shocking, you know.
Yeah,
and he was so young.
Very sad.
So yeah, I don't know. Maybe, I mean, I have a couple days.
Yeah.
to lock it in. But I have Adele right
All right.
Because I have a coal black heart. So
Yeah, of course. And the last one of night one, Joyce. What a time. Outstanding unstructured reality program. The nominees are Below Deck Mediterranean, Cheer, Love on the Spectrum, RuPaul's Drag Race Untucked, and Selling Sunset. And I'm going back to the RuPaul well and having RuPaul's Drag Race Untucked win.
same. So what a category to end on.
Incredible stuff. So that's night one of the Creative Arts Emmys. Stay tuned for our
This
pick
will
for
definitely
night
be more watched
two.
than the other one. So
Yes, stay tuned for night two, where we give our other picks. But I got to say, Joyce, not many differences there. I think we did okay. I think you would probably, if you're watching this and made it here to the end, definitely go back and just jot down Joyce's picks over mine.
no,
Because mine
I
were
mean,
not.
I'm still torn on a couple. So I
Yeah,
don't know if
that's
I'm
true.
still going to go with the Super Bowl,
Right.
which is what
All
I
right.
want to win. So my hope diction.
All right. Thanks, Joyce. Bye.